Hello everyone. As we know that history are classified into three categories such as ancient history, medieval history, and modern history. So in this video, I am going to tell you about Delhi Sultanate or the Sultanate dynasty, which is the very important part of medieval history of India. So in Delhi Sultanate, many great rulers ruled. So let's start from the foundation of Delhi Sultanate. Foundation of Delhi Sultanate. Muhammad Ghori invaded India, but he was defeated in the first battle of Tarain in 1191 by Prithviraj Chauhan. In 1192, Ghori defeated the Rajput king Prithviraj Chauhan and laid the foundation of Muslim dominion in India. He may be considered as the founder of Muslim rule in India. Qutb-ud-Din Aibak was purchased by Sultan Muhammad Ghori from central Afghanistan. Qutb-ud-Din Aibak was gradually rose to the rank of commander and become the trusted slave of Muhammad Ghori. In 1206, Muhammad Ghori assassinated during namaz, due to which Qutb-ud-Din Aibak became the Sultan. Delhi Sultanate. The ruling period of Delhi Sultanate is from 1206 to 1526. Delhi Sultanate had 5 ruling dynasties, which are as follows. First, the Slave dynasty. Second, the Khilji dynasty. Third, the Tughlaq dynasty. Fourth, the Sayyid dynasty. And fifth, the Lodi dynasty. So let's start with the Slave dynasty, also known as the Mamluk dynasty. In Slave dynasty, 4 great rulers ruled, which are as follows: Qutb-ud-Din Aibak, Shams-ud-Din Iltutmish, Razia Sultan, and Balban. The reign period of the Slave dynasty is started from 1206 to 1290. So let's start with the Qutb-ud-Din Aibak. His reign period is started from 1206 to 1210. He was the founder of Delhi Sultanate as well as the Slave dynasty. Lahore and later Delhi were his capital. Qutb-ud-Din Aibak, also called as Lakh Bakhsh because of his kindness. Qutb-ud-Din Aibak laid the foundation of Qutb Minar after the name of famous Sufi Sant Khwaja Qutb-ud-Din Bakhtiyar Kaki. He built Quwwatul Islam, the first mosque of India, at Delhi, and Adhai Din Ka Jhopda at Ajmer. He was dead while playing polo at Lahore in 1210. Let's talk about Shams-ud-Din Iltutmish. His reign period is started from 1210 to 1236. He was one of the most outstanding rulers of medieval India. He attacked on Mongols. Also, he fought against sons of Qutb-ud-Din Aibak. He formed Turkane-Chehlgani or Chalisa. That means a group of 40 powerful Turkish nobles. He divided his empire in iqtas, which means assignment of land in lieu of salary. He introduced 2 coins, silver tanka and copper jittal. He called the father of tomb building because he built Sultangarhi, and complete Qutub Minar. Genghis Khan invaded during his period. Let's talk about the Razia Sultan. Her reign period is start from 1236 to 1240. She was the first and the last Muslim woman ruler of medieval India. She was the big example of women empowerment. She moved toward Bhatinda, where she was defeated and taken as prisoner by the governor of Bhatinda, Altunia. After that, she was married with Altunia. Bahram Shah, the son of Iltutmish, was killed. Razia Sultan. Razia Sultan's succession continued, in which three rulers ruled, such as Bahram Shah from 1240 to 1242, Alauddin Masood Shah from 1242 to 1246, Nasiruddin Mahmud from 1246 to 1266. Let's talk about Ghiyasuddin Balban. His reign period is start from 1266 to 1287. He separated the military department as Diwan-e Ariz and finance department as Diwan-e Wizarat. He declared that the king was deputy of God, Nibat-e Khudai, and shadow of a god, Zil-e-Ilahi. He introduced Sajda and Paibos practice. Also, he started the Nowruz festival. Let's talk about the Khilji dynasty. In Khilji dynasty, two great rulers ruled, such as first Jalaluddin Firoz Khilji, second Alauddin Khilji. The reign period of Khilji dynasty is from 1290 to 1320. So let's start with Jalaluddin Firoz Khilji. His reign period is start from 1290 to 1297. He was the founder and the first ruler of Khilji dynasty. When he comes to throne, he was a man of 70-year-old. He was unable to deal firmly with the problems. In order to win goodwill, the Sultan married her daughter with Mongol leader Ulugh Khan, a descendant of Genghis Khan. The most important event of Jalaluddin Firoz Khilji reign was the invasion of Devagiri, the capital of Yadava kingdom, with the help of his nephew Alauddin Khilji and son-in-law and governor of Kara. Let's talk about Alauddin Khilji. His reign period is start from 1296 to 1316. His first major conquest was the rich kingdom of Gujarat, which was then ruled by the Vaghela king Karna. In 1299, Alauddin's army under the joint commander of Ulugh Khan and Nusrat Khan invaded the capital of Gujarat, Anhilwad. During plunder of the rich port of Cambay, Alauddin's commander Nusrat Khan acquired a slave, Malik Kafur, also known as Hazar Dinari, who later rose to become a great military general and the Malik Naib of Alauddin Khilji. Hauz Khas, Mahal Hazar Sutun, and Jamait Khana Mosque were built by Alauddin Khilji. He adopted the title of Sikandar-e-Sani. He added the entrance door to Qutub Minar and he built Alai Darwaza. Also, he built his capital at Siri. He adopted the policy of blood and iron for tackling Mongols. He introduced the market reform. Amir Khusro and Mir Hassan Dehlavi were his court poet. The last ruler of the Khilji dynasty was Qutb-ud-Din Mubarak Khilji. Let's talk about the Tughlaq dynasty. The reign period of the Tughlaq dynasty is from 1320 to 1413. In Tughlaq dynasty, three great rulers ruled, such as Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. So let's start with Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. His reign period is start from 1320 to 1325. His real name was Ghazi Malik. He was the founder of Tughlaq dynasty and he was discarded Alauddin system of measuring land for the assessment of land revenue. He was interested in construction of canal for irrigation. He built fortified city of Tughlaqabad and give a new touch to architecture of Sultanate period. He made his capital at Tughlaqabad. He comes in conflict with Sufi Sant Nizamuddin Auliya. Let's talk about Muhammad bin Tughlaq. His reign period is started from 1325 to 1351. His real name was Juna Khan and he was most remarkable personality among the Sultanate dynasty. He shifted his capital from Delhi to Devagiri. He wanted to control South India better from Devagiri, but Devagiri was found to be unstable because it was not possible to control North India from there. He decided to retransfer the capital to Delhi. He introduced token currency. He introduced bronze tankas in the place of silver tankas. Value of token coins was equal to a silver coins. He set up a new department for agriculture named as Diwane Amir Kohi. Ibn Battuta, the famous traveler, comes to Delhi in 1334. He acted as Qazi of the capital for 8 years. Ibn Battuta has recorded the contemporary Indian scene in his Safarnama called Rehla. During the period of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdom established. Let's talk about Firoz Shah Tughlaq. His reign period is started from 1351 to 1388. Firoz Shah Tughlaq was patron of art and literature. He did not give any harsh punishment like cutting off hand and nose, etc. He abolished as many as 23 taxes and substituted them with only following four, such as Kharaj, Jizya, Zakat, Khams. One remarkable feature of his reign was founding of new cities and towns, in which most famous is Hisar, Jaunpur, Fatehabad and Firozabad. To beautify his new capital, Firozabad, in Delhi, the Ashokan pillar were brought, one from Tapora Ambala and another from Meerut. Let's talk about the Sayyid dynasty. The reign period of the Sayyid dynasty is from 1414 to 1451. So let's start with Khizr Khan. He was the founder of Sayyid dynasty. He collaborated with Taimur. He rewarded for service to the invader. He was given the governorship of Lahore and Multan. Khizr Khan were three successors, such as Mubarak Shah from 1421 to 1433, Muhammad Shah from 1434 to 1443, and Alauddin Alam Shah from 1443 to 1451. They assumed the royal title of Sultan and rule as sovereign rulers, but all were incapable ruler. Let's talk about the Lodi dynasty. The reign period of the Lodi dynasty is from 1451 to 1526. The Lodi, who ruled over 75 years, were Afghan by race. The Lodis were ruling over Sirhind when Sayyids were in India. In Lodi's dynasty, three great rulers ruled, such as Bahlul Lodi, Sikandar Lodi, and Ibrahim Lodi. So let's start with Bahlul Lodi. His reign period is started from 1451 to 1489. Bahlul Lodi was the founder of the Lodi dynasty, and he was one of the Afghan Sardar who established themselves in Punjab after the Taimur's invasion. Let's talk about Sikandar Lodi. His reign period is started from 1489 to 1517. He was the ablest and the noblest ruler of the three Lodis ruler. He set up an efficient coinage system and introduced the system of auditing of account. He took care of the Department of Justice and Department of Agriculture. His real name was Nizam Shah. For measuring cultivated field, he introduced measuring scale called Gaz-e-Sikandari. Jizya was reimposed during his period. Women were prohibited to go Sant grave. He banned on using of any language other than Persian. He built the Moth Masjid. He wrote a Persian verses named as Gulrukhi. Let's talk about Sultan Ibrahim Lodi. His reign period is started from 1517 to 1526. He was defeated and killed by Babur in the first battle of Panipat in 1526. He was the last Sultan of Delhi dynasty. Thank you so much. Hope you like the video.